Imagine this. Man screams for help in a crowded bus terminal. For a moment, everyone freezes. Heads turn, bodies pivot, conversations stop mid-sentence. But then something strange happens, something that has become far too normal today. Instead of stepping forward, instead of reaching out, instead of rushing to her side, hands go into pockets. Phones rise. Screens glow. Someone starts recording. Another goes live. A few zoom in for a clearer shot. The crowd expands, not to rescue, but to capture. In minutes, the clip is online, circulating, trending. But the man, the human at the center of this viral spectacle, is still alone, still terrified, still fighting for his life. This moment, repeated across cities and villages worldwide, is the uncomfortable mirror we are staring into. We live in a time when tragedy has become content, when emergencies have become entertainment, when helping is optional. It's easy to judge, to point fingers, to ask how we got here. But the truth is far more complex than a simple loss of empathy. This transformation is psychological, cultural, digital, and deeply human. Today, we dive into it, not with blame, but with understanding, because this issue shapes the future of our humanity. Here on What's Your Take, we explore why people now record instead of rescue, film instead of help, and watch instead of act, and what this trend says about who we are becoming. As you listen, think deeply. By the end of this story, one question will matter most. What would you do? What's your take? To understand how we got here, we must examine the world where the instinct to pull out a phone overtakes the instinct to save a life. When a crisis erupts in public, the fight or flight response snaps into action, but there's a hidden third reaction, the freeze response. In moments of shock, confusion, or fear, the body can become immobilized. And when that freeze response combines with dozens of witnesses, something powerful occurs, the bystander effect. People look around. They wait for someone else to take charge. They assume someone else knows better, someone else is braver, someone else will intervene. This hesitation becomes contagious. One person pulls out their phone, not to call emergency services, but to document. Another follows. Suddenly, the freeze response transforms into the recording response. Filming becomes a way to feel involved without taking responsibility. It becomes a way to participate from the sidelines. And in this digital age, that sideline participation comes with rewards: likes, follows, shares, comments, validation. Modern psychology meets modern technology. Social media platforms reward emotionally charged content. Drama spreads, shock spreads, fear spreads, tragedy spreads. And when a video of someone in danger goes viral within minutes, filming becomes psychologically reinforced. People don't always think about helping, they think about capturing. And this subtle rewiring is happening worldwide. Think of the man who collapsed near Kijisha Market in Kumasi, surrounded by people filming instead of helping. Think of the teenager in the United States who streamed a crisis live while no one called for help. Think of the motorcycle rider in India lying bleeding while commuters stepped around him, phones raised. Think of the train incident in the UK where passengers filmed an assault instead of pressing the help button. Different countries, different cultures, same behavior. And the question we must ask: when did we become spectators of suffering instead of responders? When did tragedy become content? When did the camera feel safer than compassion? Picture a 13-year-old boy at a riverside. He slips, hits his head, falls unconscious into shallow water. A group of teens gathers. They don't call for help. They don't step in. They pull out phones. Some giggle nervously. Some just watch. Some zoom in. When adults arrive, it is too late. The boy never wakes. Later, one teen confesses, "Everyone else was recording, so I did too. I didn't think." This is the invisible enemy. Not malice, not cruelty, but a dangerous lack of thought. A disconnect between action and instinct. A society conditioned to observe rather than intervene. Another incident, a woman stabbed at a bus stop in Chicago. For people film her. They interview each other for TikTok, calling it crazy. A paramedic later says, 2 minutes. That's all she needed. 2 minutes sooner and she would be alive. 2 minutes lost to filming. Or a mall fire in Asia. Crowds recording flames instead of guiding others to safety or activating extinguishers. Or a man beaten in South Africa while a ring of phones encircled him. People watched, recorded, did not step in. We could go on Lagos, Accra, Nairobi, New York, London, Delhi, Manila, Johannesburg. The pattern repeats. Why is this happening? Part of the answer lies in desensitization. We consume tragedy online. Accidents, assaults, disasters. So real-life emergencies feel like extensions of what we scroll through daily. Another part is fear. Fear of involvement, legal issues, making things worse, being blamed. So filming becomes safer than acting. And finally, validation. Viral videos bring recognition, attention, a digital badge of honor, even if it costs a life. Despite all this, humanity is not lost. For every tragedy caught on camera, heroes act. Strangers step in. Taxi drivers carry victims. Shoppers guide crowds. Commuters shield the vulnerable. Ordinary people choose courage over comfort. These stories remind us of the world we can still become. Imagine a society where helping is instinctive again, where compassion outweighs content, where recording is replaced by responding, where citizens are trained in first aid, where communities support intervention, where bravery is celebrated, where platforms prioritize safety over shock. It is possible if we choose. Ultimately, this issue comes down to a single moment, a single decision, a single question. When you see someone in danger, suffering, vulnerable, what will you do? Watch, record, act. The world tomorrow depends on the choice you make today. So the next time a crisis unfolds before your eyes, remember, no video is worth a life. No clip is worth a tragedy. No viral moment is worth someone's final breath. Before you reach for your phone, hit record, or think of likes, views, shares. Ask the question that matters. What's my take? Because your answer may save someone's life. This is what's your take. Where real issues spark real conversations, and humanity always comes first.